What's up, everybody? This is the Fashion Matrix. This is the first podcast that I start, the first episode, and I just wanted to introduce myself and to talk a little bit about what to expect on this new podcast that I just started. I'm an image consultant, a professional image consultant, and most of the things that people believe or people associate me with is just pure fashion and just they think it's only about style and superficial things, literally, like being totally transparent. That's the first thing that people think about, oh, this is about looking good, about the catwalks in Milan or Paris or something like that. And it's actually the opposite. We don't like fashion. That's the thing, right? We don't really talk about fashion. I mean, it's just it's the tip of the iceberg. It could be just one single aspect of it, right? It's a little bit deeper. So this podcast is going to be about fashion and beyond, because there's so much to cover, right? There's so much to cover. There are 6 subcategories. We're going to talk about the theory of style. Like, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are simply unaware of what style is. They just think that, oh, style is something that I was born with, style is something that I'm interested in or not, and it's not about that. There are actually 7 different styles. That's right, 7 different styles. But I will be talking about that and more. I will give you, of course, advice when it comes to fashion, when it comes to all of that, but also body language, also, image in politics, even interior design, the psychology behind one color or one detail, one accessory, because it's literally a language of symbols, right? It's all about the semiotics of it, which literally means the language of symbols. And not only that, also, I decided to make my own podcast because whenever you don't like something, man, you can either complain about it or do something about it. You can either add up or be just part of the goddamn problem, complaining about things. But what do I mean by this? This is, I see a lot of bullshit out there in the world, literally. A lot of people just being fake, especially nowadays with social media. There's a lot of fakeness. There's a lot of people just trying to get more money and, like trying to be successful and hustlers and all that thing. But, I mean, listen up, people. I mean, the world doesn't need more unhealthy, successful people. Like they have a bunch of money, yeah, but they're not really passionate about what they're doing. They're not visionaries. They don't have a legacy to leave behind, or the legacy that they're gonna leave behind is just pure fucking money, man. Straight up, when you die, you're not gonna take all of that shit. You're gonna leave something behind that it is going to echo through eternity or not, right? So that's why I say, I see the condition of the society and the world, and I just don't like it. And that's why I decided, what, man, I use different, tools, not only with, my live Facebook videos or, the live streams on Instagram, on my YouTube channel. I attack different platforms because the things that I've been learning, they need to be heard by everyone. So this is exactly what I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover everything that has helped me to become a better version of myself, right? To just become a better version of myself, that is the main thing. Becoming a better version of you. I mean, you gotta stop comparing yourself to others, having a healthy self-esteem, and just that alone, it could be, just hundreds and hundreds of different topics, from spirituality to communication, the mind, different mindsets. I don't know, man. I could go on and on and on and on. And I will be sharing some of the things that I like, also that I know that they can help you, like past experiences, because some of you guys don't know, but I've lived all over the world. I lived in Morocco, I lived in Spain, I lived in Italy, I lived in Switzerland, I lived in many different places. And originally I'm from Mexico City, but I'm now here in LA, and you just have a lot to share. And this is why I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to be talking just about a bunch of different things. Going to have special guests. I'm gonna just, sometimes I'm gonna talk about culture and art. Sometimes I'm gonna talk about, I don't know, man, talk about food, because before I became an image consultant, I actually wanted to become a chef. I wanted to become a chef. I remember that, and that's why I ended up in Spain actually, because I went there and I started working at a not five. It was a 2 Michelin star restaurant, and I was a cook over there, and it was in Pamplona. I don't know how to say it in English. Pamplona, and I got to learn many different things. So many good stories. Not only that, but also like teachings that you can translate onto your everyday life, like everyday application. You can apply them, and this is exactly why I decided to create my own podcast. So that's like the introduction. If you are expecting just to hear about the new trends, what is happening in Milan, and all these things, then this is not a podcast for you, because we're going to talk about fashion and beyond. And also another statement that I want to do is, one of the things that I always say is, let's make fashion great again. Yeah, I know it sounds a little controversial, but let me tell you why. This is because, god damn it, man, for a long time right now, we have been, there's like a monopoly on fashion, right? There's a monopoly on fashion, which is only women, only gay people have a saying when it comes to fashion. And not only that, but people really don't understand what fashion truly is. Why did we start using clothes, right? People don't think about these things. They just be like, oh girl, I look so beautiful. And motherfucker, we don't care about that. This is a tool. How it all started, I will probably leave this for another podcast, but I will teach you and I will tell you guys why fashion was invented, why fashion was created. The story is just magnificent. But like I'm telling you, there's a monopoly. Only women have a say when it comes to that. And there's actually a misunderstanding that if you're a man, you can't be into fashion because all of a sudden you immediately become a gay person. Like there's something wrong with it, like fuck no. I mean, if you want to be that, I mean, who cares? This is not about judging or whatever. But there is like a stigma that, if you're a straight guy and you just are into beauty and all these things, they're like, oh, there's something wrong with you. And no, this has nothing to do with being gay, being women, being whatever. No, this is about understanding yourself through a different dimension. You think you know about yourself, but you really don't know about yourself. You know about yourself up to just a point, like whatever defines you, the story that you have, or sometimes it's like you're just leaning onto one subject. I'm like, oh, well, I'm only about my job and that's it. Who are you? Well, I'm a realtor. That's who I am. Who are you? Well, I'm just a salesman. Oh, I'm just a stylist. No, man, you're so much more than that. And imagology, which is actually the proper word for what I do, you can actually, study this shit, and this is something that you can only study in Mexico City, funny enough. You can get a PhD and all this. But anyway, the science that studies image, the power of image, which is actually a program that I have, like an online school, and my coaching program, I named it like that, the power of image, because it's literally a power. When you understand that, it's that you get to know yourself so deep and up to a point where there's no comparison. You just know everything about you, even beyond the physical aspects and mind. It's not only what you see in the mirror or what you think you see in the mirror. It's even beyond that. Once you tap into that, you truly just become a monster. You become undeniable. You become unstoppable. There's no room left for suffering, for comparison, for low self-esteem, low confidence. It's like, oh, I don't believe in myself. You have limiting beliefs and all these things. No, there's no room left for that. And it's about being congruent as well, right? It's about, once you know everything about you, then how are you going to communicate that outside in the world? You're interacting every day with people, right? Whether you're in sales, whatever, you want to have a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, you're interacting with people. The problem is that sometimes we just worry about the superficial aspects of us, like we just worry about looking beautiful, like, oh yeah, I want to look pretty, but then there's no background. You can't back it up with actual words. And then the other aspect is, you might be the cutest, well, not cutest, the most good, the best person in the world, the best man, the best woman. I mean, you have a good heart, good intentions, but you don't know how to communicate them properly, efficiently, and congruently. So whatever it is that you think you are on the inside, there's gotta be a correlation between them on the outside as well. I mean, let me give you an example. If you go into a restaurant and you order a chicken, right? But then all of a sudden they bring you something that looks just like the same as a pig, like pork, right? It smells like pork, it looks like pork, but then they tell you this is chicken. You're like, wait a second, I mean, I ordered chicken, but this is not what it looks like. That's what's happening in the world. That's what's happening with you, with the majority of people. You look like something, you sound like something, you move around like something, but then you say that you're something completely different. And there's no congruency. You're not coherent. And that's one of the main problems that we image consultants, attack or we solve. This is one of the main problems that we solve. That's why we work a lot with politicians, with people in the entertainment industry, with actors and things like that, because whatever it is that you're trying to communicate, there's got to be congruency, and your audience needs to understand it. I'm live streaming this. Everyone that is watching me that is going to watch it on the Instagram, this is the first episode for my new podcast, The Fashion Matrix. So if you have questions, you can send them in right now. And just, as I was saying, I created this podcast because I said, you know what, man, I just have to put it out there. And this is a good exercise also for you guys. Sometimes you have very good thoughts, very good ideas, but you don't put them into action. Now, whether it's one person hearing this podcast, whether it's 2, 3, whatever, you're not talking to them. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. Because you have something to share. Like, your voice needs to be heard. We are being taught and manipulated since the moment we are born that we should not talk. That the moment we want to share our beliefs, our values, whatever it is that we want to share, whatever we are all about, like there's something wrong. And we are scared because, do you remember when you were a kid and you wanted to go to the bathroom and you had to raise your hand and be like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? And you're like, whoa, shit. Or the moment you start talking, you're like, shut up, Jimmy. Shut up, little Pablo. I'm like, whoa, relax, man. Like, this is my voice. My voice is one of the most powerful things that I have. Not the only thing, but it is a powerful tool. And they want to shut you down. So even if somebody's listening to you or not, man, who gives a fuck? Do it for yourself. It is like you're keeping up like a notebook, right? Like a diary that you're like, oh yeah, I remember when I did my very first episode of the podcast. Man, that was some crazy shit. I remember that, man. Nobody was listening to me, but it's fun for you to look back. I see my first videos on my YouTube channel, and I laugh because I was so goddamn nervous. I was like, woo, damn, I had no idea what I was talking about. I had no idea how to begin. But you know what, man? I just did it, and this is a very good example. I really don't know. I didn't know how to create a fucking podcast, right? And I'm just doing it right now. I'm doing my first episode. So whatever it is that you have in your mind, there's gonna be a difference between just thinking about it and then putting it into action, and also being unattached to the outcome. Because sometimes you're so attached to the outcome, like you wanna make it so perfect that you don't start. You never start. There's never gonna be a how do you say it? A perfect time. There's never gonna be like, oh, this is it. This is a good day to get started. No. It's never a perfect day. There's always going to be things that you're like, oh man, the light is not good, I don't have a microphone, you just get started, okay? You just get started. And then you will see magic happens. Simply because you set up in motion certain energies that just allow you to keep growing and keep improving and evolving, and you set up motions that sometimes you don't even know what you're doing. I mean, maybe this podcast becomes so huge, right? It becomes a monster. I don't know. But I'm not attached to it, whether it happens or not. That's not the point. I'm doing it for myself first and foremost, which is something that I talk about fashion as well. What happens with fashion, right, is that you Only wear things for other people. This is the first mistake, guys. This is the first mistake when it comes to your fashion. Whether you're a man, woman, I don't care what you are. The moment you start thinking about them instead of you, I mean, it's okay to think about others. I'm not, don't get me wrong. But the moment you start thinking about just about them, and you put them before you, you're fucked up. You're on a path of destruction. You're always going to be attached to the opinions of others. You're always going to be like, oh, I should get started. I should wear these that I actually like. I should wear things that I actually like. But, well, I'm going to get criticized. I want to start my own YouTube video channel, or my own YouTube channel. I want to start my own podcast, but I don't know if somebody's going to watch it. I don't know if somebody's going to hear this. I don't know if you know what, man, just do it and don't be attached to the outcome. Enjoy the process. I'm enjoying talking right now, I have people watching me right now on a live stream in Instagram, and it's okay, man. By the way, if you have questions, guys, right now, you can send them to me. And because guys, this is my very first episode for my podcast, The Fashion Matrix. Man, damn. So this is something like just an introduction. This is some of the things that I'm going to cover in this podcast, and I'm going to be talking about more things, just a lot of interesting things that will definitely make you grow, like for sure. Not only that, I will be doing them maybe twice a week, Sundays, and then I think that Fridays are going to be a good day as well. But we will see about it. We will see about it, and I will be sharing a lot of information on this podcast. But anyway, so I was saying don't be attached to it. Just do it. See what happens. There's no other or way but to experience it on your own. And like the best teacher is experience, right? People say that, and it's true. And I say it as well, because there's a difference between thinking that you know and then actually putting it into action to experience it on your own. You say you understand fashion, you say you understand communication, you say you understand whatever, and you actually become dangerous when you're like that. When you think you know and you haven't actually experienced it, you become a danger to yourself and to others, because not only do you become a know-it-all, but also you start creating a lot of assumptions. You become judgmental, you start creating prejudice, you're like, well, Pablo is going to talk about fashion, but I already know about that. Like, motherfucker, just shut up, listen carefully, ask questions, dig in deeper, create your own goddamn research and make up your own fucking mind. Don't let me fool you, don't let other people fool you. So, the first thing is just listening to yourself, goddamn. Like, as I was saying with fashion. Like as I said with this podcast, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for others. Because if you put them before you, you're fucked. Like, that's for damn sure. And I'm not the only one saying this. You're fucked. You're gonna be too... How do you say it? You're gonna be too much of a target for either haters or supporters, for fans. Because the moment you get a praise, you're like, oh man, people are watching me and people are listening to my podcast, man. I'm so excited, I'm gonna keep doing it. But what happens if on the next podcast, nobody tunes in, nobody listens to it, nobody downloads it, nobody watches you on your live stream, nobody watches your YouTube videos? What are you gonna do then? You're so attached to them emotionally, physically, mentally, and you're like, oh man, I don't know what to do. If I have no one listening to me, I'm just gonna stop. No, keep at it. That's how you keep your, in quotes, motivation. That's how you keep, in quotes, your inspiration. When you do it for something beyond just recognition. That's how you get truly, truly powerful. That's the truth about the Fashion Matrix, guys. This is not about just getting accepted. This is not about just becoming more beautiful and whatever. This is about entering a different dimension of you, right? This is about getting to know yourself and what it means being a human being, a full-fledged human being, that the possibilities are just endless, limitless. That's the beauty of this. There's no fucking limits to where you can go, to what you can become once you understand this. So I'm gonna talk about all of these things and more. And the more I keep getting questions, because I get questions every single day. Now I know people ask me from the most basic question, like how do you grow a mustache, how do you take care of your beard, to I don't know what hair product should I use, to even mystical questions like how do I get an out of body experience, because yes, I've had 3 of them, and I'm actually on the 4th one right now. I'm gonna have another one. Yeah. So there's no limitations. Literally, there's no limitations. There's no limits. Which is another thing, and I might just ended up with this. Whatever story that you have going on in your mind, whatever definition that you give to yourself, whether you created it on your own, consciously or unconsciously because of the color of your skin, the country you were born in, whatever defines you can either help you, but also at the same time it becomes a jail. You become a prisoner of your own definition, of how you define yourself. Let me give you an example in professionally speaking. I say that I'm an image consultant. If I am very proud about it and I'm just an image consultant, that's it for me, I can't talk about anything else. I'm just a salesman, right? So I can't talk about anything else. So you are putting your own boundaries. You are creating your own limitations. Only you. No one else can do it. Now, I know that sometimes it feels like though these people are they are creating the limits for you, but no one holds the key of this jail that you're creating on your own but yourself. No one is imprisoning you but yourself. All the limiting beliefs, all the limitations that you think you have, you created them inside of your head. They're not real. So, oh man, you're an image consultant. Why would you do a podcast, man? What the fuck are you going to do? I mean, how much can I learn? How much can you talk about fashion? I mean, there's only a little bit that you can learn, right? I mean, why would I want to tune into a fashion show, a fashion podcast? Why would I want to learn about this? Oh, I'm just an image consultant, so that means that I can't talk about, food. I can't talk about spirituality, mysticism, occultism. I can't talk about entrepreneurship, business. I can't talk about success, right? Because I should stick to my definition. I should stick with what I know. That's it. I'm an image consultant. That's the only thing I can talk about. You see, that's the problem. And I'm just talking about the profession that you have right now. That's just the profession. Think about the limitations that you are putting into yourself just because the color of your skin. Well, I'm just a Mexican, so I should not be speaking English right now, right? I should not have created a podcast that is in English because I am a Mexican. I should only live in Mexico. I should only stick to Spanish, and that's it. I mean, guys, being a human being means endless possibilities. No limitations. No limitations. There's no limits to what you can do, where you can go, what you can become as a human being. Physically, mentally, spiritually, right? Spiritually. So don't let these definitions that you hold to yourself, don't let these, in quotes, beliefs, which by the way I don't give a fuck about beliefs, because beliefs, this is the same thing that I'm talking about. They come and go. You used to believe that, let me give you an example. We used to believe that being black was something bad, right? People killed black people just because they were black. I mean, how stupid is that? We used to crucify people. We had that belief system as a society. What the fuck is that? But beliefs change. Because it's just a fucking psychological drama. So I don't say belief. You either know something, you either are on the path of truth, or you're not. Beliefs come and go, man. Whatever you believe right now, whatever you believe in right now, it's going to change after some time, after a certain period of time. If something happens, you're going to change it. It's just what it is. So don't be so proud about your beliefs, okay, guys? But these definitions that you have, you should not hold them so much into yourself, or like, oh, this is who I am, and that's only, because then you're not allowing yourself to experience more. Simply because you say, I'm a salesman, I'm an image consultant, I'm a Mexican, I'm a whatever, I'm an American. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just one aspect of it, but do you know all the different things that you can experience if you just open yourself up a little bit more and you become a little bit more receptive to get more experiences, to learn more, to become something else, something greater? I mean, do you really know about this? I mean, this is what I want to teach. This is what I want to talk about. I mean, shit. Don't limit yourself, guys. Don't limit yourself. So that's why I'm doing my own goddamn podcast, where I'm going to talk about many different things. Whatever it is that I want to talk about. If some people want to tune in, that's good. That's good, man. I mean, those that have ears will hear it, you know. And those that are open and receptive, they will understand it. I know that there's 7 billion people in the world, and probably more. I don't even know the correct data anymore. Actually, let's fucking search it right now. Let's see. The population of the world. Let's see it. Let's make a point right now. Right? Population of the world. Let's see. I will give you the correct answer right now. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. 7.53 billions? No. 7.7 billion people. There you go. World population, 7.7 billion people in the world. So there's gotta be someone out there that shares my truth, right? There's gotta be someone out there that's gonna like it, that is gonna resonate with this. Don't close yourself up and be like, nobody's gonna watch it, nobody's gonna... There's gonna be someone out there that's gonna be like, damn, this is so fucking dope, this is savage, Pablo is woke F. And hopefully, and I know that eventually, and I know it because there's a lot of testimonials out there on my YouTube channel, on my social media. I mean, the results speak for themselves. My own program, The Power of Image, I know that these things are actually helping people. So if you have something, once you hit a certain level of success, like I did, like I keep doing it, you gotta share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't be so fucking, selfish. If you have reached a certain level of success that no one can take away anymore, because success, I'm not talking about just pure money, right? I'm not talking about just like, oh yeah, I'm so goddamn rich. No. I'm talking about something that transcends a legacy, a fucking empire. Then you need to share this to others. Because we need more people that are visionary. We need more people sharing this type of things with the world. Like passionate people. Not only about, well, you know what, I just bought a new thing, and like, yeah, okay, whatever, man, yeah, maybe we will talk about it as well, but let's get a little bit more deep, right? Let's explore all the dimensions of the world and even beyond that, man. I mean, fuck. So I'm gonna bring a lot of interesting people into this podcast. I'm gonna interview a lot of different people from different professions, different fields. Because I don't know, man, I'm very fucking excited about this. Like literally, I feel like a little kid right now, experiencing something new. Like, oh goddamn, I will end up on this. Do things that challenge you. If you don't feel comfortable by doing something new because you're like, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how to get started. That's when you know that you actually need to get started because it's uncomfortable. It's something new. You need to challenge yourself. Just like when you go to the gym and you push that ultimate push-up that you're thinking right now, oh, I can't do a single push-up anymore, I can't do it, and then you do it. That's where you get the growth. You break the muscle, you gotta break your mind, you gotta break yourself, you gotta break all the limitations that you have and become a better version of yourself. As I always say this, my legacy is becoming a better version of you. Whatever makes you, you are unique and you should be only focusing on that. Not more, not less, because no one is above and no one is below. Alright? Don't be thinking that I'm better than everyone else, or don't be thinking I'm lower, no, I'm a piece of shit, nobody wants to hear me. No. If you are working upon yourself, then you should be proud about it and you should never feel bad about it, because that means that you are just evolving, improving, growing. That makes you that gives you the ability to say no one is above, no one is below. Now, if you're a piece of shit and are just doing something negative to the world, then yes, you are below me. It's just straight up, right? So be the best version of you. Focus on you. Keep growing, keep evolving, and on you. Don't let this fashion industry fool you. These brands, these big shots, these big companies telling you that creating unreachable beauty standards, the six pack, and like no. You have a unique body type, and as long as you keep working on it, you're good. If you don't have the money to buy an Armani suit, that's good, man. As long as you keep working upon yourself. Actually, don't buy a suit. Get to know yourself. Whatever profession you're doing, I mean, if it's congruent, there's some professions that they don't need to wear a suit. And that does not mean that they actually look better or worse. It's just congruent for them. It's relative to them, right? So as you can see, guys, there's more, and there's a lot of things to cover. So I'm very excited, very, very, very excited about this. Just a quick reminder, if you're not subscribed to my program, I have an online school where I teach people how to become an image consultant if you want. And also, if you don't want to become an image consultant, just to become a better version of you, this is my online school, my program, The Power of Image. So I have to promote it, of course. Then this podcast, of course, as well, the Fashion Matrix. This is a new format that I will be playing with. And also on social media, you can find me as Style Systems, which is the company that I created. Maybe on another episode, I will share the story on how I created Style Systems and why is it called Style Systems, why I named it like that. So that's it for today. Be the best version of yourself. Thank you for attending, and I will see you and catch you on the next one.